Hello, everyone. Are we about ready to start? Hey, it's not starting late. It's not starting late. I'm here. But we are on this screen, huh? We are on this screen right now. I wonder why I'm not switching it yet. Well, if I can click on the correct thing. It's because we have a new outfit reveal! I have my Christmas outfit! So I came to say hi in my Christmas outfit before we started. Hello! Welcome, everyone! Welcome to the stream! Merry holidays! That's right! Welcome. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the game menu now. We don't have to be on this offline screen. Howdy to everyone, my name is Angie, and today we are playing Soul of Sovereignty. This is our book club stream. Every Monday we do a book club stream where I read visual novels because I like them, and they're fun, and oh god, where did I put my tablet pin? I play these off of my tablet, so... who is Holiday and why should I marry them? Because Holiday is happy. Merry Holiday. Okay. So, I don't know anything about this game, so no spoilers. Saying it now, no spoilers. I don't know anything about this. I'm very excited. This came highly recommended by a couple of friends. You're in for such a treat. Soulsov is amazing, even in the current state of the demo. I'm excited. The next chapter should be in a few months. This should be really cool. I love the art style in this. I'm not actually familiar with the artist, but I was looking at some of their work before starting the stream. And man, I love their art style. And then, of course, the music is done by Toby Fox, who I'm sure I don't need to introduce, but in case you guys don't know who that is, Toby Fox made a little game called Undertale, or Deltarune, or, you know, kind of a big deal. So, I'm very excited for this. Again, this game came highly recommended by a couple of watchers. Undertale, what's that? Oh, you know, just a little game, just a small one. Anyways, eventually I'm going to play Undertale on this channel, one of these days. Alright. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I am very excited for this one. Alright, Soul of Sovereignty, the Prelude. Never heard of it, must be new. Yeah, it's new. Ooh. That's pretty. That's really pretty. At least I can watch a funny fish stream. I'm sorry today sucked. I hope tomorrow's a good day for you. I thought I told you to run, kiddo. What does it look like I'm doing? Getting caught. Excuse me, gotta put on a deeper voice. But hey, I get it. You've got a heart. And that's what landed you in this mess, right? I'm sorry, kid. Really, I am. Wish there were more I could do for you, but both of us are out of options. So what are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go? I read that sentence so completely wrong, I made a new one. So where are you going to go? Where you said, somewhere I can dream, where I can be as selfish as I want to be. Only question is, what to do when no place like that exists, but I'll figure something out. I noticed the records you swiped from my office. You're not really going after it, are you? Thanks for the lead, old man. Maybe I'll see you in the next world. Hello, Okapi. By the way, I like your Santa outfit. Thank you so much. I really like the Santa outfit. Space did a really good job on it. Hello, Cog. Welcome in. No skip button. My Project Moon brain can't handle this. Sorry. You're gonna have to take it. The Lamplight, Heart of Tarn. The first inn to become famous after the treasure hunting boom took off. A few decades ago, on a day like this, it would have been swarming with people. Tonight, there's only one customer. Loic, the customer. In a manner of speaking, anyway. I arrived a few months ago. Needed a place to stay while I continued my search in the area. Alma's pride wouldn't let her take money from an old friend, but I eventually convinced her to accept my services instead. Since then, I've been helping her look after the guests here. Guests, yes. The village is sick and elderly given shelter from the unkind weather. Not customers. This is a good voice for him? Thank you! Never heard of this game. Glad you are doing voices for it. Nice beard. This is a brave look. Yeah, just lurking. I deadass don't go here. Just found this while looking for the OST. You have good voice acting skills. Thank you so much. That's so nice. Thank you. Most were treasure hunters themselves, but the age for that ended too soon, before they'd found anything to build a life on. Tonight's dinner could be described charitably as soup, or realistically as onion water. Most of our guests chose the latter. Though I normally try to encourage them to keep up healthy appetites, I couldn't blame them for the nearly full dishes I gathered this time. Alma's a terrific cook, really, but I don't think she sees much point in trying these days. I can't blame her either. God, the art is so pretty. The dining room is deserted, tabletops lined with dust, rugs trampled thin. The television is purely decorative now, with no signal to pick up since Tarn was cut off years ago. Love the shading. Yeah, the shading is so beautiful. I wonder what brushes she uses. I was trying to figure that out myself and I failed horribly at it. No Oliver per viewer, unwatchable stream. I will give you one Oliver, okay? I'll give you one Oliver. Hold on. Let me find Oliver. Okay, Oliver's on the wrong side of the... Okay, move the game. Alright, I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. I'll move Oliver over by me. And... there. Gotta have my little reindeer cat, right? Though, I don't have a Christmas outfit for him this time. Might have to go, but yeah, art is so good. Yeah, it's really good. Oliver's just hanging out on the Lamplight's kitchen counter. Yeah. I could do that, hold on. I'm gonna have to move him again. But yeah, he could just hang out on the kitchen counter. Alright. About the only glimmer of this place comes from the crackling fireplace, where explorers would have once crowded together, sharing stories. I don't know who Alma is, so, Gonna come down or what? Okay, that's better. Alma, the owner of Lamplight, she leans against the bar smoking a cigarette. Oh, I didn't see you. Aw, he's cute. You were seeing something. What? And don't say how badly you want me to clean this place up. No. Well, no, but... You really ought to consider selling the TV at least. It may be old, but it'll still work at the Mosaic. Is that all? I know you, Alma. It just caught my eye. Hello, welcome in. I join her at the bar and set down the tray. Something hangs heavy in the air as we look over the empty room together. Instead, I decide to turn my gaze outside. The largest windows face away from the Mosaic, out towards the promise of the new world. Oh, now he's on the... Hold on. Just move him slightly. I'm gonna have to move him every background. Can you put Oliver on top of your head? I can. If I can select him again. Come on, OBS, we've been over this. There we go. There. He can rest on my Santa hat. I've grown used to the view now. The towering shadows of mountains, empty homes, scattered in the snow. Only tonight. Something's coming. By the time I make it to the door, the visitor has collapsed in a heap at the threshold. Oh no! Give me a hand, would you? Yeah. That was a deeper voice than I intended for Alma. Oh. Is that the same girl? Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She does look awfully pale, but I think she'll be all right. Pallid woman. There we are. How are you feeling? Welcome, dear. Alma's old customer service voice. It's been a while since I've heard that. Will you be needing a room? Or maybe you're just here to dine with us tonight? Room? Then I've made it? This is the lamplight? The one and only, serving the spirit of discovery since... Oh, thank goodness! I need your help! Great. Okay, hold on. I need tea. My voice is already given. Oh, she's cute too. This is a great voice for her. Thank you. I'm trying. Great. Another charity case. Don't be heartless, Alma. A decent meal is the very least we can offer. Yeah. As Alma trudges to the kitchen, I take a seat across from the stranger. You should know, there's an emphasis on that decent. I wouldn't set my expectations too high if I were you. She's so cute! Look at those eyes! She's adorable! Oh, I'll be happy with anything. You're too kind. But we haven't even gotten to your problem. You said you needed help. The woman brushes a long, thin sigh. There's something I need to get to. I heard this was a gathering place for treasure hunters, so I hoped one of them could escort me. But where are you headed? Do you know of a ruin near here called the Hollow Temple? Forget it! Alma emerges from the kitchen with a lukewarm cup of soup in her hand. She hands it off to the woman. She's really rocking the dead anime mom hairstyle. No, it needs to be over her shoulder more for that. It's like, a cute little bun right now, and then she has the bang off to the side. It's kind of adjacent, I can give you that. The more I stare at it, the more adjacent it's looking. Waste of a trip, honey. It's a short walk, sure, but the woods are infested. I'm gonna keep changing my voice of Alma until I'm satisfied with it. If you're not going to pay for a room, at least spare me from having to report your body to the shield. Alma. What? Better to be honest. I have to! I have to go. I saw it in a dream. The god of the temple visited me and said that if I prayed at the altar, I'd be cured. I've suffered from this illness all my life, and now I've finally been shown a cure. I have to go. And here I thought you came for treatment from a good doctor here. Well, suit yourself. You're a doctor? That's her idea of a joke. You'd be generous to call me a caretaker. I'm not sure how much my humble remedies could do for this illness of yours, but I'm more than willing to try. The woman softly shakes her head. I've seen a million doctors, and not one of them could help me. I know it must sound like nonsense, but the temple is my only hope. I see. Out of curiosity, Have you ever heard how the so-called Hollow Temple got its name? No? There's nothing in it. Oh! For years, people were convinced that there had to be some secret hidden beneath the surface, but as it turns out, it's just an empty building. I'm sorry to say this, but without the promise of treasure, you'd have a hard time convincing any treasure hunters to make the trip, if you could find any here. Then this is it for me. Hold on. I'm going to say I'd be happy to go with you. You? I know. You were hoping for someone a bit more suited to the rigors of the road, let's say. The truth is, I've been meaning to visit the temple myself. Sooner or later, I'll be going either way, and I do intend to get there in one piece for what it's worth. Really? At the very least, we don't have anything to lose by going together. Safety in numbers and all. Listen, why don't you give it— Wait, I'll go! That was fast. Are you sure? That was so fast I couldn't read the whole thing. You're the first stranger who's offered to help me. If this is my only chance of making it to the temple, I have to take it. Let's not be strangers, then. Loic. Ismay. Ismay. Thank you, Loic. Aww. They're cute. I love their character dynamic so much. They have some great dialogue chemistry off the bat. Yeah, they do! Honestly, I can see that blue-haired guy behind being in our life. Blue-haired guy? Or whatever the book game was called. Book game? Which one are you talking about? Tonight, clear skies are a rarity, given the urgency of Esme's. Hold on, gotta think about this. I think I said Ismay. So I guess Ismay? Okay, thank you. Given the urgency of Ismay's plight, I'm not surprised that she wants to run away. You had it right the first time. Okay, good. I'm second guessing myself already. Besides, it's a short enough trip that we should be back before the night snowfall rolls in. And how are you off into the cold for this random girl? Why am I not surprised? She needs help, Alma. I like to think you do the same. Please. Some of us know how to look out for ourselves first. You should try it sometime. Thanks for the concern. See you in the morning, all right? Cast profiles have been added. What? Wait, no, hold on. Cast profiles. Ah! What? I've never seen this before. Well, I guess I've seen it in some. That's unique. That's really cool. Loic Ard, not quite customer. Don't be heartless, Alma. A decent meal is the very least we can offer. Long-term guest at the Lamplight, all known the propriety's friend, a man with gentle eyes who keeps an impressive array of potted plants in the otherwise dreary lobby. Seeing how many chores he does around the inn, newcomers tend to assume he's the owner, but it usually doesn't take long for Alma to set them straight. Ismay the Blessed. You're the first stranger who's offered me help. A sick young woman. While the exact nature of her illness is unclear, it has made her desperate enough to brave the frosty wilderness in search of a possible cure. She speaks softly, yet bears in her eyes a willful spark. Alma Briolde, the innkeeper. You are seeing something. What? And don't say how badly you want me to clean this place up. Since moving to Tarn as a teenager, Alma has never truly thought of the Mosaic as her home. She helped establish the lamplight long before inheriting it from her father, serving cheer and world-class cooking to guests who regaled her with tales of adventure. Of course, cheer was easier with the business still brought when the business still brought in money. These days, despite what she may claim, Alma runs a charity for the forcibly retired treasure hunters she can't bear to turn her back on. Interesting. In the beginning, the builder looked to the horizon and foresaw the death of the world. To preserve life, he raised a great tower, a new home for all humanity, the Mosaic. From the farthest reaches, he gathered every soul together into one most peaceful nation, a perfect refuge from the storm. Ages on, when all had stilled, the people of the Mosaic opened their gates to see what remained, and found a ruined land owned by no one. Thus did they seek forth to pick clean the bones of the world they forgot. I remember hearing so many stories about the world outside the Mosaic. An endless expanse. I'm Esme. Isme. God, get the name right, Angie. I'm Isme. An endless expanse where the spirit of discovery soared on the wind, inviting the bold. Walking through this ghost town, I can't imagine it. When the first treasure hunters found this place, it was already in ruins. They built it up into a new town, only for it to shrivel into nothing again. All that wasted effort. Every little gust of wind sets the windows chattering in the ramshackle houses. But beyond all this, out in the mountains, I can almost hear the faint voice of my own personal spirit of discovery. Isme. Hold on. Isme. I hope this doesn't sound rude, but I wonder how the cloak will hold up against the cold. Oh. The temple's a straight shot from here, but we are going to have to walk it. Will you be all right? Yes. You say that, but you're suffering enough from your illness. Please don't push yourself. Really, I'm fine. Eating something gave me the strength I needed, I think. If you insist, but now that I'm thinking about it, he removes... Wow. 1 second. I'm really needing the tea today. All right. He removes one of the flowers pinned to the clasp of his collar. This is Palicia. In the language of flowers, it means fire. Fire flower. That's funny. Is it? I just thought flower language was, I don't know, unrequited love? Things like that. Most people know it that way. In this region long ago, these flowers were common travelers' charms meant to ease the cold. Just an old superstition, but it can't hurt. Here. Drinking my own cup in the corner, too. It's a tea kind of night. Agreed. It's definitely a tea kind of night. And do you normally get these out? One way or another. Flowers are my business. I guess you could say some habits from the shop are hard to shake even on the road. So you're a florist? A superstitious one, it turns out. I hope I haven't put you off. Not at all. It's a kind thought. Thank you. Just passing by to say hi and bye. Well, thank you for stopping by. Good to see Angie finally revealing her true form. Old? Hey! I'm not old! Hold on, that's the wrong... I'm looking crazy. That's not what I meant to do. I'm not old! There it goes. Now I'm angry. I'm not old. This is a fake beard, obviously. I'm ho-ho happy, okay? It's the holidays. Anyways. I already love the like bye. Bye, everyone. Have a good day. Even if the spirit of discovery is dead,
The kindness of strangers apparently lives on. When our fingers brush, I feel warmth. And not just a faint touch, but a steady embrace that spreads comfortably over my skin.
Let's be off. Ready?
Oh, right. It's so pretty.
That flower glowing softly. It's so pretty. For all my fussing over Ismay, I'm barely dressed for a cold myself. The snow is too thick for the middle of spring. I keep wanting to say Esme. I said it right the first time and I'm still saying it wrong all the other times. Ismay.
Then again, any ideas about right or wrong with regard to the weather seem arbitrary. In my months at the lamplight, I've come to appreciate the cold. A sudden chill against my face feels refreshing when I know it wasn't decided by committee. At such times, I think there are still treasures to be found outside the mosaic.
Love this game's use of light. Orange on navy is everywhere in the color palette. Yeah, it's so pretty. Like, I keep wanting to stare at the backgrounds. Just the white and navy and the shading. I really want to know what brush that is to get that almost like chalky look. I don't even know if that's the right word. It's just so unique and pretty.
Do you have a meaning?
Do you have a meaning too? Not what she said.
Do those have a meaning too?
My gaze follows Ismay's to a point of weeds poking through the frost. Dandelions, sure. Mundanity.
That's a joke, right?
Do you think so? If every flower has a meaning, some of them are bound to be less exciting than others.
I suppose.
We brace ourselves against a sudden wind. It's a good thing we set out tonight. This time tomorrow, I expect we'll have another blizzard on us.
Thank you again, Loic. I didn't think you'd be willing to go so soon.
I didn't think it could wait.
Maybe not for me, but why were you planning on visiting the temple? I'm curious, considering it's hollow and all.
I have arrived, hold your applause. Space is here! The person that made this masterpiece of a Santa costume has arrived. Oh, did I not say? I'm going for the same reason as you.
To be cured? But you seem perfectly healthy.
Apple a day. But that's not quite what I mean. I'm not interested in investigating the temple itself so much as the local flora. I don't suppose you've heard of the glass bell. Calling it one of them is evil? If I had to guess based on the intro, I definitely think our pallid woman is not quite saying the whole truth. That's my guess. I don't know anything, obviously, but my guess is that our pallid woman is not exactly saying the entire truth.
I'm sorry, I haven't.
You should have played this game for the Wednesday stream. Pallid woman Wednesday? What? Getting Slay the Princess vibes from the whole situation. Ooh, that game's coming soon. I'm really excited to play that one. If you know, you know. Perfectly understandable. The glass bell is a very peculiar flower, one said to be potent enough to cure any malady. That's too good to be true? Maybe. I've never been seen. It's never been seen, only told of in old writings. If it does exist, it could grow anywhere, and so I search everywhere.
And who is it for?
Let's not talk about that.
In fact, enough about me. Tell me about yourself, Ismay. There isn't much to tell. I'm not very special. Come now. Not many can say they've been called upon by a god. It's not something to brag about, especially at home. Not in his vision. No, I guess not. You're religious then. More my family.
God, it's so pretty! The art is so pretty!
When she turns towards the ever-present pillar on the horizon, I can only imagine the expression that darkens her face. I grew up praying for the builder to cure me, but that wasn't in his vision. When my family learns I came this far, all at the word of a pagan god, I'll probably be disowned. But alive and well, we can always pick up the pieces from there, can't we? That's true.
Ismay the runaway. It changes.
Alive and well. The words ring in my ears. To be honest, the cold didn't bother me at all. It never does. Now, though, I have real warmth to compare it to. Now, I have a way out. A path to alive and well.
Pagan gods, towering cities, televisions, yep.
And there's our temple. Can you see it? But the bridge is out. Oh, don't worry about that. It's been out of commission for months. The reason I put this trip off for so long, in fact. Is it ever going to be fixed? At this point, I wouldn't count on it. Putting aside the lack of interest, Daharn just doesn't have the means anymore. Oh. But we can take a detour. This way. We go off the path into the thick of the woods. I try to focus on what awaits at the end of this hike, but in spite of myself, I keep thinking of that word the innkeeper used to describe this place. Infested.
Fix the bridge in this economy? I know, right?
They say that when the old world dies, and the builder created his paradise for mankind, he let in 2 of every animal in nature. The rest were left behind in the clouds as the clouds rolled in.
New tiny bridge. Shrinkflation. Yeah. If I kill an undead, will he become a dead undead? If you revive him, will he become an undead undead? Imagine that title. Imagine just continuing to add it, like every time you die and every time you just got, are just brought back. Just stack on titles. The whole time playing this, I got huge Wolf's Rain vibes. Oh man, I can see that, actually. That's a throwback. Wolf's Rain, making me think of that. That's a very, very good anime, if anyone's curious. Definitely recommend that one.
Did you hear that? Unfortunately. You said you had a plan for dealing with monsters, didn't you?
Did I? That face. I love that expression so much. Hey, you said you had a way to deal with these things, right? I don't remember mentioning that. Oh, I see. Thank you. That's just one of the most important things we gotta deal with on this thing. Thank you. Okay, let's see what someone super sick in a forest can do. why don't we? I put all my faith in you, buddy. I put all my faith in you. That face says so much. Oh, that's so good. All right.
Didn't you? I remember saying that I meant to get to the temple in one piece, but a plan. I could certainly try to come up with something now, if you like. It seems like that might be a good thing to do. Yes.
She had to bring out the anime eyes. She had to bring out the anime eyes for him to, get him to think of a plan.
How fast can you run, do you think?
I don't like the plan so far. Do you have another one?
Probably not very.
Are you shitting me? Look on her face as she keeps trying to keep it together. It's so good.
On account of being deathly ill and all? Oh, right, forgive me. That was thoughtless. Outside of the safety of the mosaic, deadly rain came pouring from the skies. It ate through stone and steel, washing entire cities and nations away. But the animals caught in the flood changed. They trembled and twisted and came apart, then came back together the wrong way. And any creatures that didn't succumb were hunted by the ones that did.
Ah. Yeah, that might be a problem.
Shit! I wouldn't have wanted to cross paths with this thing when it was a normal wolf, let alone whatever the hell this tangle of limbs and mouths is. Once I start running, I don't look back. The trees are dense enough to slow it down a bit, but I can't carry on like this uphill. Ismay! The voice comes from behind. When I look, he's stopped next to a fallen tree, trying to shove it out of where it's lodged in the snow. Without a second thought, I double back.
Whole character voice change for Ismay in 3, 2, 1.
1, 2. We strain against the trunk together. Wild, heaving breaths close in. Then the weight shifts. Not much of a plan, but whatever works. Thank goodness. You know, Ismay, I was joking when I suggested we run, but I'm glad you took it as a challenge. I don't like thinking of myself as an old man yet, but I could barely keep up.
Oh my gosh, me, Loic on the same page.
You know, when push comes to shove. Back at the lamplight, you seem to be struggling just to get through your story. Alma's cooking must be better than I give her credit for if it energized you that much.
Ismay. I think you're leaving something out of your story, Ismay. All my senses are telling me not to trust you, Ismay.
You know, all those vegetables.
Yeah, there must be some super-powered vegetables.
In onion soup. All those vegetables! His gaze is warm but intense. I should have known he saw through my act. Maybe right from the start. Maybe my coughing could have been more realistic. Whatever.
Hey, I think I did some great acting on that coughing.
But he offered to help me anyway. And judging from the look on his face, his offer's still open.
All those vegetable.
Fine, all right, I'm not sick. That was all bullshit. I had a feeling. But I needed help getting into the temple, and pity works. You were right, I was hoping it would rope in more of a bodyguard. We haven't died yet, so I'd say you could have done worse. Now, what is it you're after at the temple? The greatest power in the world. I'm sure you know what I mean. The sovereignty. I've heard stories. Then no one would have taken me seriously if I told them I was actually looking for it. And even if someone did, why would they help me find it? Convince me then. Why should I? Look, you have that miracle flower you're after, right? I'm guessing there's someone you want to save, no matter what. Well, I have that too. The sovereignty is my one hope of a world worth living in. And what makes you so certain it's in this place? And there was a professor in the Mosaic who researched the legends. I read everything he wrote on the subject. There's no guarantee, but the temple was never totally ruled out as a lead. I want to see it for myself. And if you find nothing there, then what? Then I keep searching. Isn't that what you're doing? I have to explore every avenue. Maybe most treasure hunters have moved on, but I need this to be real. I'm sorry for lying to you, Loic, but I had to.
Guys? The body language on Ismay's sprite shifts completely. She's like a whole nother person. Yeah. I wonder what else. I don't know. Something tells me there's more too. I think perhaps we've lingered too long. They howl. They scream. I don't stick around for another second. The fallen tree was a stroke of luck, but it doesn't strike twice. But maybe there's some other way to slow them down. And just as I start looking around, my foot slips. I tumble into a path of weeds before I even realize it. For a second, I think I've been tackled, so I panic and scramble up against a nearby tree. But these creatures are more patient than that. It can't be every day that they get entertainment like us. They close in, savoring their win, and I clench my eyes shut. And for some reason, despite everything, only for a single instant, I feel calm. Calling it she's a spider lady? Like in Gravity Falls episode? Yeah, that's what we're guessing. When I dare look again, one of the things is too close. I see puffs of its breath as it leans in, sniffing at my face from every angle. Something about its attitude has changed. It's almost frustrated. Its eyes sear into my mind for what feels like forever. Then it pulls away. One by one, the other beasts follow, their leader back into the woods until the two of us are left alone. Are you all right? What the hell? I try to stand, but my useless ankles buckle under my weight. Shit! Easy. Easy, let me see. Worse than I thought. It might even be broken. I don't want to risk trying to put pressure on it again. So, what are the chances of you carrying me the rest of the way? He smiles. Slim. Let's try something else. And there's something in his hand, a little notebook bound with string. He opens it, then flips through the pages, passing what looks like dozens of pressed flowers. And the yellow rose means mending, in short. In the mosaic, it's come to symbolize friendship,
Another case of the simplification that makes flower language easy to sell. He stops at a certain page and brushes his fingers against the dull, dry petals of a rose. I'm fond of that one, though. It's nice to think of a friendship as something that can be mended, no matter how severe the break. As he goes on, the flower seems to come alive beneath his hand. I blink hard. I've got to be imagining it, but there it is, full and vibrant, as the second it was picked. He returns his attention to me, and I notice that strange calm again. The air turns soft and heavy, as if warmed by his voice. Take heart. Not all things fall neatly into place, but this will.
Flower reading is such a cool magic system. It is! Using flower meanings as a magic system? That's so cool!
It just happens. My ankle is broken, and then it isn't. I pull it closer to look. No wound, no bruise, nothing.
I should mention that the character glossary updates pretty frequently through the game. Oh! Yes, thank you for mentioning that. Sick young woman, while the exact nature of her illness is unclear, it hasn't changed yet. Not just yet. We had a little update thing in the corner, so it might update then. The music is so nice. Yeah, the music is nice.
And when I glance back at his notebook, the rose has completely withered away.
That is one of the coolest, magic that I've seen so far. I don't know the entire system, but that is that is so cool. Wait, arrows by their name in the glossary. What? What? Nothing's happening with that one. No? Nothing's happening! I do notice the arrows on their names, though. That's interesting. Not yet, then. Got it.
I knew it. The flower you gave me when we left. That was magic, too. They all are. Even those. He nods to the few dandelions poking through the frost, their petals scattered on the snow. Mundanity.
So impatient, Angie. Shush!
But this is the sort of thing that's kept me busy in Tarn for the few months I've been there. I'm not a healer exactly, but I can manage enough to make myself useful. I've dealt with my fair share of difficulty in the mosaic, so I try not to be too forthcoming with the details. You said you come from a religious family, so I'm not sure you understand.
Me button mashing for Ismay's character development. It's so fascinating. I'm so invested with these characters already, and we haven't had them for so long. Almost like the wolf monsters couldn't see Ismay. Interesting.
That's one way of putting it. Well, consider this a show of good faith. You've been kind enough to share your secret with me, after all. How does it work?
Oh, no. That conversation would take all night. Ask me back at the lamplight and I'll tell you all about it.
Sure, that'll be nice. For now. He helps me to my feet, and I take a moment to shake the snow from my cloak. Shall we?
The flower glossary has been added? We get a flower glossary? No, wait, no, I'm right. I want to see the flower glossary.
Polysia, meaning fire, perennial, popular in the mosaic for its vivid, hardy flowers, historically loved by a queen of the pre-Mosaic nation of Pales, for whom it was given its modern name. From the readings of Kesseret, give unto us a single ember, a blinding spark to open the dawn. Lowick's commentary. The Polysia is a textbook example of how meanings tend to shift with color. Flowers run the gamut between the gold and deep red, the former conveying feelings of warmth and comfort, while the latter invokes the power of wild, destructive flame. Common dandelion, mundanity. A perennial herb with sunny yellow flowers. Though generally considered a weed, a common dandelion possesses significant medicinal and culinary value. From the readings of Kesseret, word without wit, wind without breath, feather among the flock, Lowick's commentary. It's somewhat rare for the phaic meanings to align with the popular perception of the flower in this case. Really, the dandelion is anything but mundane, but I'll admit that the shift in reputation makes it a bit easier to work with. Yellow rose. Accent rose, yellow. Physical mending. That which is broken, set right. An ancient cultivar, selected for its purity of meaning, distinguishing from the vast majority of its modern garden roses. Its resistance to cold made it attractive to the early settlers of Tarn. From the readings of Kesseret, I am brought within. I am made and remade. Lowick's commentary. It's something of a miracle that the Axid Rose has endured this long, let alone managed to gain some popularity within the mosaic. It is frequently mistaken for the Tower Rose, another common hybrid with which it shares some ancestry, but I find enough to work around. Have they updated this now? Not quite the not quite customer still. Okay, that's still not updated yet. I guess they'll notify me when it is. Almighty God of language, lend us your eyes, and we will see truth. Lend us your hand, and we will guard life. Lend us your tongue, and we will speak power. The temple is quiet and barren. In other words, more or less what I expected, yet stepping through the door sends a chill through me all the same. More than anything, though. I can't see shit. One moment. I have just the thing. Another flower? No, let me. I brought a flashlight. Oh, wonderful. That's much more convenient.
Oliver needs a little Christmas elf outfit. I thought about more like reindeer. Like giving him a little reindeer outfit. I thought maybe I should commission space for that one instead. After all, I'm Santa, so I should have a reindeer, right? And we all know that Oliver is not going to help me like an elf. He'll ignore me when I tell him to move. Which is why I'm late to everything. I think reindeer works more. When I hear "lend me insert body part here," I flash to the Robin Hood Men in Tights scene. Well, that's one way. Are the mods not your tireless reindeer? You want to draw something to represent the mod space? Wouldn't you guys be the elves? Hold on here, hold on. I'm trying to think what fits more. Does she beat y'all with reins? No, I make them work in my sweatshop. Obviously. Oliver is the elf on the shelf, always watching, always judging. Oh, you got me there. Oh, you got me there. Maybe I do beat you guys with reins then. Also, there are flashlights and flower magic in this universe. Is this the owl house? I haven't finished the owl house. I started that one, but I never finished it. Okay. I'm gonna go back to this. Mods, you debate whether you're elves or reindeer.
Oh, wonderful. That's much more convenient. The Hollow Temple. What is this? I guess the god of this place? Why the uncertainty? Don't you recognize them from your dream? Yeah. The people of Accent were monotheists originally. Over time, various aspects of their god came to be worshipped as separate entities.
Owl House watch along. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that. Owl House also isn't on like Netflix or anything, so I couldn't host a party either. Are they on? Is Owl House on any streaming platform for that matter? Were they one of the ones that got removed? I don't remember. Not a reaction, you watch and we watch all separate. Okay, I'll just give you the time that I'm watching and live blog it on Twitter or something. Disney Plus, methinks? That would make sense. It was a Disney show, wasn't it?
This is Tanum. The aspect of truth. Traditionally, you're supposed to confess any acts of dishonesty before their image.
Disney Plus and you can buy from Prime. Okay, that makes it easy.
Oh, sorry for pretending to be sick.
I love her face. I love her faces so much. For all the ways Disney tried to hamstring that show, they at least haven't removed it. That's good, that's good. I remember the whole Hulu thing that happened with a lot of the cartoons on there. And I couldn't remember if Owl House was affected by that or not. So I'm glad Owl House is still with us. Ismay is such a clown. I love her. I love her so much. Her expressions are so good.
But I already came clean about that, so I should be all squared away, right? I don't see why not. Really, it's more an encouragement to make amends with the people we've wronged. Let's have a look around.
But all that house on Prime, looking for a Blu-ray. I see.
So, what was this temple built for? Any ideas? Hard to say. The entrance is the only part that feels anything like a place of worship.
God, I gotta finally say it. The placement of the text and everything, the way it's done, is so good. I love it when visual novels play around like this with what they can do. Like, visual novels are a really fun medium. People don't give them enough credit. There's so many cool creative things you can do in them. I love it when visual novels do stuff like this and play around with where they put the text, what they're gonna do with it, you know, the glossary, stuff like that. So good. And the art is just like cherry on top. The art is so good in this game.
Hard to say. The entrance is the only part that feels anything like a place of worship. When explorers found it, there were traps around every corner. It took years for the path to be opened, even this far.
It's so neat, the text cutting between Loic and Ismay. Yeah, I love it.
You know a lot.
That wasn't her voice. You know a lot.
Everyone needs a hobby, though I doubt I'm telling you anything you haven't heard. I only care about whether this sovereignty could be here. Didn't get too into the details.
I don't know why that sentence was so hard for me to say. More tea for a second. All right.
No, but this place was the talk of the tower for years. All the ancient discovery reports on TV, but maybe those were before your time. Maybe. You haven't missed much then. At the end of all the fuss, they didn't find anything. You could say it put a damper on the whole treasure hunting craze. What, everyone gave up because our ruin turned out to be empty? There was a bit more to it than that, but essentially yes. But I've done enough to lower your expectations, haven't I? Why don't we see for ourselves what they found?
Loic loves going on history fails. He's very teacherly. He's so happy to talk theory with someone. I love him. Like, honestly, I love these characters already. I'm so interested in them. Love this man down. Yeah. Looks at who is working on this visual novel. Yeah, right? You do need to play it. The credits of this visual novel are so good.
The center chamber is pure darkness, almost as though we've reached into the void, at least until Ismay's flashlight reveals the walls. Plain stone on every side. You know, I actually have my own theory about this place. Do tell. I think it's fake. The room most of all. What we're seeing doesn't exist. It's like a shared hallucination.
That's certainly an interesting theory.
But you can feel it, can't you? Something's off. My footsteps slow. You think it's some sort of illusion, then? Not quite. Illusions are new magic. This kind of trick and any kind of the mosaic can do. The kind of trick any kid in the mosaic can do. This is something else. Something older. Like the magic you've been nice enough to demonstrate for me. You seem stumped. Well, let me tell you something else. I didn't put on the sick girl act for whatever random treasure hunter appeared to feel sorry for me. I came here for you.
My heart dropped for a second. My heart dropped for a second. I wasn't expecting that. She put that flashlight to her face and it worked. That was effective for me.
Her voice slowly circles me in the darkness. You had a bit of a reputation back home, didn't you? The Messenger, a normal little flower shop where people in the know could buy magic. I had my doubts, but you did away with those real quick. Couldn't resist showing off to a cute, helpless girl, I guess.
And where did you hear all of this about me?
I bring my hand to my chest, feeling for a familiar flower pinned there, touching upon a memory. Let's just say I had a reliable source. But I'm sick of talking.
Okay. 1 second. We're gonna drink some tea and hopefully do this right.
But I'm sick of talking, aren't you? Why don't we get down to business? I think that'll be a bit hard under these circumstances, Ismay. Let's have some light. And there she is, her features shadowed by a velvety hood, a new cloak woven from nothing in the blink of an eye, still fresh and crackling with the energy of creation. This is artisanary, so-called new magic, but certainly no child's trick. See? The light I've summoned falls strangely on the floor, piercing more than the shadows. Your magic is the key. Even a little spark shows this place for what it really is. You can get me in. But you already knew that, right? After all, you've been here before. I watch my reflection fading in and out on the impossibly rippling stone. When I agreed to be your escort, it was in the hope of convincing you that there was nothing here. But I've badly underestimated you, Ismay. I see that now. So So let me tell you the truth. This place fills me with dread. You're right. I've stood here once before, many years ago. I felt the same then. I strongly believed that whatever sleeps here should never be woken, whether it's the sovereignty or anything worse. And now that I've done as I promised you, I think I should be on my way. I'm not eager to delve any further into the secrets of this place. Oh, that's fine. I'm not telling you to be eager. I'm telling you to do it. Now, let's stay calm! A shot rings out, searing my arm. I stumble to the floor. Did you not hear me? I said I'm sick of talking. I don't have all night. Well? Stop. Please. I'll do as you say. That's more like it. But let me ask you one thing. Why not? Go ahead. Who is the person you're hoping to save by doing all of this? Save? Oh my god! You actually believe that stupid shit?! Listen, you want to know who all of this is for? Me. But you're free to keep thinking of the sovereignty as my dead wife Flower, if that makes you feel better. I see. Well, thank you for your honesty. Whoop, I can't say I didn't call it, but...
Oh my god. Just pull out a fucking Glock. I was like, oh, it's gonna be some, like, magic or whatever that she's gonna pull off. She pulls out a freaking gun. Here's what I say to your fucking magic. Love it. Out here using flower magic, and she's like, oh, that's cute. Pulls out a gun. All right, I didn't expect that. She got me. Like, literally sound effect, too. Yep. He's may cast non-magic missile. I call upon the forces of gun. To be fair, she knows spell of summon Glock. Yeah, no, it's useful power. I can summon a gun to me whenever I want and use it. Shit, I guess I wish I had that power too. I can just summon a fully loaded Glock. Sure. That seems like it would be necessary in a fantasy world with monsters. Okay. I'm gonna pull myself back together for a second.
The White Dawn's eye, in simple terms. Light. Coincidentally, the first flower I read for the man who brought me to this place. I was a boy, lured by stories of illuminating the past, recovering the lost knowledge of the old world. I lent my power to his cause. Then I saw what he was truly after, and I turned my back on him. At least he allowed me that. With some effort, I withdraw my notebook and let it fall open onto my lap. If the sovereignty exists here, then it has eluded treasure hunters in the backyard of the mosaic for half a century. Yet only a surface reading of light was enough to shake its final line of defense. Why? A particular page stops me. The sight calls a hazy memory of Tanam to my mind. Not the statue at the entrance, but a smaller image displayed in a relative's home once upon a time. I remember the brilliant sun rose that was always placed in a dish of water before the god, to be ritually invoked as soon as it began to wilt. In flower language, the sun rose falls towards the astaric end of the scale, its meaning significant only to the followers of a dead faith. It seems to say, only for our people, only for our children. Not for me, I think. You look like you have an idea. Certainly not for this woman, but I feel a deadly brush against the back of my neck as she urges me on.
Alright, what is chat saying? Using artisanary magic to create firearm is like 9 kinds of illegal in this world. Good for her, honestly. Yeah, I can't imagine the legality of that, but yeah, we all love an illegal wife, right? Hold on, that could be interpreted wrong. Wait. We all like a wife that's willing to commit felons, right? Could have made that worse, actually. Honestly, I just have to give Ismay the biggest props for keeping her cool. Just enough while being chased through the woods by monsters, she could have glocked it up at any time, but she toughed it out. Yeah, honestly, I was thinking that. Like, she really just kept her cards hidden. She played that up. She was like, he's gonna save me, he's gonna save me, he's gonna save me. Guys support women's wrongs. Exactly. You have the right idea. You have what I was going for. Can't reveal your whole hand too soon. Exactly. We support Ismay in this house. I mean, it depends. And, like, what kind of felons are we talking about, I guess? I don't know much about the sovereignty, but so far, I support.
Share with the class. Pleasing my ancestors is beyond me at this point. Still, a useless apology flits through my mind before I turn it towards the task at hand.
Inadvisable wife material, but wife material nonetheless. Exactly! You have the right idea.
At a simple acknowledgement, the dawn's eye opened to me, and I read. Where you walk, sight a fame? Let truth not hide.
Ah, effects. It's like bubbles. It's like where I'm at. It's like the ocean.
Bit by bit, the enchantment begins to unravel, the room as we see it melting away. A rush of cold is the first sensation to tear through the veil. Fresh flicks of snow on our faces, clouds of warmth from our lips, then the sound of trickling water. We stand in a courtyard. A fountain blanketed with lilies in vivid shades of pink and blue. Ornate pillars on all sides inscribed with the words of the poet. This hollow temple is the most complete remnant of Accent to survive into the modern world. But this isn't what I've been brought here for, is it? At the center of the pool stands a peculiar door. Otherworldly light issues forth as a deep, resonant voice envelops us. Children of the Creator, come. Without hesitation, Ismay drops her weapon to the floor and throws herself into the light. But what compels me to approach? I place my hand through the door, and a palpable shift in atmosphere sends me reeling as if from a burn. Somehow, I can feel the massive distance that lies between this side and the other. How many adventurers' hands fell short in the year before this moment? And if what lies beyond really is the power to remake the world, then what have I done? This time, I can't look away. I must steel myself and walk through. To a place built not by humans, not even by artisanary, a hall so pristine that every step feels almost improper. A realm divine. The Sovereign Hall. Honorable children of the Creator, you are welcome. At the end of the hall stands an altar, guarded by a living statue. Its voice and manner are empty, and patches of feathers cover its body, like ivy on a decaying building. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. From beyond a winding scroll, the Guardian's eyes seem to stare at nothing. You have come to the resting place of the sovereign. I am its voice. The ruling sovereign has failed, and his world decays beyond salvation. But within you, I sense the approach of a stronger vision. In reaching this place, you have proved your faith. Will you save this world? Ismay! The sight of the voice is so arrested me that I nearly forgot to call out to her, but she flashes only a quick grin at me before turning back before the altar.
I will.
Then you must be tested.
Didn't you just say that I proved myself?
In reaching this place, you have proved your faith. You must next prove your faith of your witness. For a reason I cannot comprehend, terror clutches my chest. Wait! With a swift motion, the winding scroll becomes rigid, sharp. The voice's hand finds Ismay's back to steady her, and the newly formed blade finds her heart. No! Ismay! Not her! No, wait! No! Hold on! No! Ismay, no! We were just making you a wife!
Man, girls can't have anything.
Her face remains contorted in shock as she slumps to the floor, clearly dead even before a rush thoughtlessly to her side. Ismay! Oh God! But the voice watches me with unfeeling eyes. Why do you grieve? What? Did you not come as her witness? Say the prayer and she will be reborn. I don't understand. What prayer? A binding of souls. A pledge to usher her into the seat of the sovereignty. At the cost of your freedom. At the risk of your life. Will you do this? As if it's the simplest question. And she'll die otherwise? She has died. Already her soul slips away, drawn to rest. But say the prayer and she will be reborn. I'll do it. Then speak the words. Restless soul by sovereignty marked, to you I offer willing hands. Willing. Two. The voice's steady tone begins to falter. No. No more of this. Not again. No more. No more. The sovereignty of the hall is shattered, and the voice lets out a terrible cry. I catch a glimpse of its eyes, shining with rage and fear. Be gone! The spirit unfurls its wings. Great banners of flame. I stagger back from the altar, my senses already muddled with the smell of smoke. I can't linger. And so I hurry away, down stairs that twist and buckle violently beneath my feet. Through the gate, trampling the carpet of water lilies, through the hall of the temple, stumbling out into the cold. Suddenly there's a loud sound, a burst of flame at my back. Then nothing.
It's so pretty.
2 weeks? Her curls glittered in the sunlight as the shock...
I don't know who I'm talking as. I guess I'll keep as Loic.
Her curls glittered in the sunlight as the shock of her head. Why 2 weeks? 2 weeks is no time at all.
No, maybe this is Alma. Maybe this is Alma talking. I don't know who's talking.
2 weeks is no time at all, sweetheart. Who knows? You might not even want to come back by the end of it. I'll be dead by the end of it. Now, none of that. Oh, what about Duval's? You love that place.
It's his daughter? What? What? Wait, whose daughter? Loic? What?
The bakery's name clearly sparked her interest. I could almost see the reflection of that chocolate raspberry cake she loved in her eyes. Then stubbornly, she closed them.
Well, they're opening one here, so that's not even exciting anymore.
Leah, work with me here, please. I know you'd rather stay. If I had it my way, you could. But this is the reality of it. There's nothing I can do.
Nothing?
Oh, my voice died. 1 second. Take 2 on that.
Nothing?
Maybe one small thing. Oh, she's cute.
Does this mean skipping 2 weeks into the future?
Bap. Finally, a smile. Matter yield to memory. That too may dwell as one. The poet wrote that about the wind sage.
I thought you hated that stuff.
I do, but that one's not so bad. Steadying my hand, I folded her hands lightly in mine and began to speak with purpose. Be present for a moment, Leah. Hear my voice. Feel your weight where you stand. Savor the scent of roses on the air. Even consider how much I'm boring you with all of this. She was listening intently, but dignified me with another smile anyway. Know that memory ties you here. However far you wander, it will lead you back. And with that, I've done the complicated part. All you'll need to do is remember. A skeptical look crosses her face.
I can use this to just come home? Whenever?
Only for a little while. Save it for when you really need it, okay? Oh. The wind howls. I wake to my guest room. Somehow I've made it back. As I slowly sit up, my eyes focusing, the events at the temple bubble to the surface of my memory. I was shot, wasn't I? But the tear in my sleeve has been mended, patched with artisanry over my bandaged arm. The lingering pain is all that reminds me now. And there's that blizzard that was still on the horizon when we left. Would Ease may have been caught in it if... Maybe I could use a bit more rest.
Back to sleep so soon.
Huh? Hey! Ismay! You're looking a little different. You know, in some cases, I know a few people that would think this is a better look for you, actually. That's, you know, like the whole, like, tear in the heart thing. It's really cool, actually. Whole flame thing going on. Like, you know, I think this is an upgrade when you really think about it.
Ismay, what happened to you?
What do you think? I fucking bit it. You saw what that thing did to me.
Well, this is my first time speaking with a ghost. I might need a moment to get my bearings. Well, this is my first time being a ghost,
And it fucking sucks.
nobody can see me except you. And believe me, I've tried everything. A binding of souls. I wonder.
What the hell are you talking about?
That guardian we saw, that voice, it told me to recite a prayer, naming you my god, effectively. And the way I heard it, that would have resurrected you.
What? Wait, what?
Isme, did you not anticipate any of this?
Are you joking? I told you the whole reason I went out on a limb was my reliable source. Not so fucking reliable as it turns out. I was expecting the sovereignty to be hard to get. I didn't know this shit was part of the deal.
Maybe it isn't. Something happened before I could finish that prayer. The voice went berserk all of a sudden.
Then finish it now.
How can I? I never heard the whole thing. And now that I think about it, the words I did manage at the altar have already faded like a dream from my memory. But before I could say this, footsteps approached.
Oh, good. You were out for a full day. I was starting to get worried. I did what I could for your arm, but I'm no doctor. I should have just let you take care of it yourself.
Not at all. Thank you, Alma. The shield brought you back. A search team went out to the temple after they saw some kind of light there, and... Anyway, there's a cop waiting downstairs. I tried to get rid of him, but he's hell-bent on grilling you. Keep asking me about that girl you went with. Hey, what happened out there, Loic? I thought the temple didn't have anything. Certainly not anything that was worth getting shot over. I'm not sure what happened, Alma. I'm sorry. Still out of it, huh? Well, I'm sorry to send him right up, but he'll get suspicious if I take too long. Don't worry about me. I'll be all right. With a little nod, she reluctantly heads off. Langlius. Come again?
The cop who's here looking for me. I saw him come in while you were out.
A real VIP, I take it.
God, no. He'd cream himself if he heard you say that.
Helpful to know. What is he then?
Right now, a church lapdog. Not that he'll admit to being here on their business. I doubt he even cares.
I'm beginning to think I may have underestimated your religious family.
Oh, you have no idea.
Just don't tell him what happened at the temple. I don't want him to have the satisfaction of knowing I'm dead, even temporary. Footsteps heavier than Alma's make their way nearer. When the door opens next, a stifling presence fills the room.
Loicard? Ooh, I like his design, actually. Nice hair. It's very, fluffy. Very, very fluffy and nicely maintained hair. Commander Theodore Langlius of the Shield.
It's a pleasure to...
Let's skip the pleasantries. I've wasted enough time in this pit as it is. Last night, you made contact with a woman calling herself Isme. Tell me everything you can about her.
I see this is an urgent matter, sir. Unfortunately, I don't have much information to provide. Isme came to the inn last night seeking an escort to the temple. She claimed that her life...
Yes, I heard all of that from the innkeeper. What else did she say? Anything about who she was? Where she came from?
Nothing, actually. She was very quiet on our trip. After a few failed attempts at small talk, I decided to leave her be.
And the temple. What happened there?
I don't know. Just before we arrived, she pulled out a gun. I thought I heard her telling me to empty my pockets, but I was already frazzled from the journey. Without thinking, I ran. That was when she fired at me. I blanked out, and next thing I knew, I was here. I do my best not to acknowledge Ismay's approving grin. That is an evil grin. Oh, she digs that story. When was the last time I had to lie so boldly, and to an officer no less? Ah, right. The search party found that at the scene. Looks familiar? Yes, that's... sir, you appear to be, holding a gun to my face right now. This is, making me very uncomfortable, and personally, I, don't think that this is within your duty to do. Right? Relax. Convincing enough to an untrained eye, I'll give her that, but it's flimsy work, like all her constructs. I doubt it would have fired a second shot without falling apart. He pulls the trigger and the gun shatters into light. You pulled that trigger in my room. That was a guess. That was a guess, sir. You didn't fully know if that would have a second shot or not. You guessed that. And you still fired that in my room. Okay, well, at least I know what I'm dealing with here. Let's move on. Like so. Punch him. Only a joke, I know. But then, what is this discomfort that falls upon me as she says it? That girl likes to call herself a master of illusions, as if that means anything. Artisanary without substance, without discipline. The best she can manage. My breathing grows deliberate. It's only when I become aware of my efforts to calm myself that I realize how tense I am. The story's core concept rears its head. He's an American cop. Oh, God! Certainly, he's less than friendly, but was Lengliss's voice always so aggravating? No, my exhaustion is to blame, but another voice rings clear in my mind. The voice of my new sovereign. Go on! Get him while his back is turned. Better yet, smash him with that chair! I am not myself. Though I desperately will it to remain at my side, my trembling hand reaches out. Please. I say it without thinking, a strained whisper. Oh? Oh, what's this? Wait, you said something about naming me your god, and now you have to obey me. Is that it? Oh, that is great, actually! I just thought it was funny to... Are you listening me, Mr. Ard? Pardon me. Yes, I'm listening. All at once, that oppressive feeling recedes. I still cling to the chair, more to brace myself. No, I can't throw away a perfectly good pawn now. You and I still need to make this official, don't we? All right. I think that's all we have to discuss. Leaving only one last order of business. Which is? The details of our investigation are highly classified, Mr. Ard, but rest assured, I mean to smoke her out. Don't care! Out of my way! What? Commander! A young officer throws open the door, shoving her way past the temporary guard. What in the hell? Commander I can't say his name anymore. I've lost the ability. Hold on. Commander Langlius, sir, please, is it true? You're going to destroy it? We're done here. Sir, wait! We barely even... Wait! The officer follows Langlius back through the door. I hear their footsteps thundering down the stairs and out of the lamplight. Ismay drifts towards the window, listening for the frantic voice until it becomes too distant to make out. Please! Please! Her gaze lingers on the horizon, as if she can see across the distance to where her body lies. It strikes me, then, how ghostly she seems. Truly a fading spark of life. Whatever I managed at the altar was enough to tether her to this world, to me. But her silence now tells that she and I have arrived at the same conclusion. She has died. Already her soul slips away. The portal to the sovereignty. Fuck. If they destroy the temple. Fuck. I'm really dead. I'm really gonna die here. Let's not panic yet. She seizes me then, her hands digging into my shoulders with such force as if to shatter them. Pain tears through me as my back hits the wall. No! No! I am not gonna die here! Not after all of this! Not when I'm so close! Searing, relentless agony unlike any I've felt, I can focus on nothing but holding myself together. Ismay, stop! You're going to go back to that temple. You're going to say that prayer. I don't care how you do it. I don't care how you have to die. I don't care if you have to die for it. All right, but please, enough. The merciful sound of ascending footsteps frees me at last. Alma. Okay, I'm back to bed with you. Now that they're gone, I can't give you a piece of my mind. With a shooing motion, she ushers me to lie down, then sighs, sitting softly at the foot of the bed. Loic, listen to me. You can't help everyone. I know how badly you want to, but sooner or later, you're going to end up with more than a bloody arm. And then who will be there when Lilia wakes up? You've been at this for months. If that miracle flower of yours were around, you'd have found it by now. I get that you're spinning your wheels here because you need someone to help, even if you can't bear it, even if it can't be her. But this isn't good for you. I think it's time for you to help yourself. Move on. Better yet, go home. And maybe it won't take a miracle, you know? Maybe it'll just happen one day. In fact, I heard about patients who've... Alma, please. Sorry. I didn't read... Wait, no, hold on. I didn't read that. Look, I've said my piece. You get some rest. With that, she goes, shutting the door behind her. Ismay hasn't taken her eyes off me once, but I lack the words to say to her. Instead, I turn towards the little bedside table, where my notebook lies undisturbed. I pick it up and hold it for a moment. I still remember the look on my daughter's face when she realized that the meager enchantment I'd woven could not end her trip on the second day. What it could do was project the image of home to her, and her to me, while she remained very much where she was. Needless to say, she was less than happy with the results. You told me this would take me home! I told you it would let you visit. Bringing you from there to here would be big magic and too dangerous for you, so don't try to improvise. Then you do it! Come on, is it really so bad over here? Yes! She stomped forward, forgetting the limitations of the spell, and seemed to stumble over something I couldn't see, probably a piece of furniture on her side. Ow! Careful, honey. See? There's so much stupid stuff here! And of course it's all gold and sparkly and ah! Oh, you know her tastes. I had to wear the worst outfit yesterday, and smile and talk to all these strangers for hours! Smiling at strangers. Well, that's just inhumane. Did you get a fancy dinner out of it at least? I wish I didn't! There were fish eggs. What? That does it, Leah. I'm getting you out of here. Dad! No. Don't try to talk me down now. I'm already on the line with, yes, hello, authorities. They're serving my daughter caviar. And there it was, the grin that pretended to be sick of my antics. I loved that look. But as her gaze drifted past me, it began to fade. Indistinct as it was, she could see the couch where she would usually collapse after school, home at last, the spot where she'd be laughing at me now, if she were truly here. His most dad moment, truly, truly. She grew still.
I hate it here.
Oh, honey. The moment I set aside my work, she ran towards me and collided with thin air.
Oh, the wall. This spell is stupid.
Hey! We laughed as I made my way to her. Oh. I can do this, at least.
I miss you.
I miss you more. But hang in there, Leah. You'll be back before you know it, I promise. My skin prickles painfully under Ismay's glare, reminding me of where I am, but my eyes remain fixed on the notebook. I could return home. The sage alone wouldn't do it, but joined with one or two others, I could be back to the shallow comfort of the mosaic in an instant, too far from that doomed temple to do anything about it. Even if Ismay followed, death would claim her before long. I tucked the notebook away into my pocket. Let's go, Ismay. There's another route we can take. Beneath the lamplight sleeps a secret, an old auction hall where Mosaean collectors once bid on relics from outside, free from official regulation. What eventually brought an end to those auctions was not the attention of the authorities, but the dwindling value of old-world treasures in the eyes of the rich. Looking back, perhaps that was the earliest death rattle of the spirit of discovery. Yeah, that might do it. Rich people not being interested, I guess, would do it. He's such a catch. Truly, truly. I love him so much. Also, truly. I love these characters, actually. I love everyone they've brought in. Yes, even. Oh, hello. Is that a snowmobile? Our best chance of making it on time. And there's the key, dangling carelessly from the ignition. What reason would she have to hide it? I don't like doing this, but I suspect I don't have a choice.
Good to see you. Good to see you're catching on. You know, all this time I thought you were a dead wife guy. Turns out it was a sick kid.
Though, I guess it could still be both.
Lilia, huh?
That's a cute name.
Thank you.
What, bad mood? At least you're alive.
Maybe you should listen to your innkeeper friend and count your blessings.
Alma means well. She has children of her own, you know. A grandson, last I heard. Any of them yours? I stare, but I admit there's a part of me that appreciates the attempt of levity. Yes, even. When I last came to Tarn, I was still a student. Alma was running the lamplight even then, at the end of its heyday. Even then, she was just as much of a grouch, and just as caring beneath it all. The town was completely different, though. Warm, full of excitement, full of people. Now it's dying. Anyone can see that. Alma's kids moved back to the mosaic as soon as they were old enough, but she stayed here, clinging to the warmth of those old days, I think. She's always treated me like family. She'd never let me say it, but I could work at that lamplight for the rest of my life and never repay the debt I owe. And bless her. And she is a bit of a hypocrite. At the end of the day, she has her own stubbornness, just as I have mine. And what the hell does any of that have to do with me? Nothing, but thank you for listening. I needed to clear my head. We're almost there. Almost. A pillar of light absent, on our first voyage out, pierces the distant sky above the mountain. Little wonder the shield came running if this is what they saw. As the hollow temple rises into view, so does the great shadow hovering beside it, a shield airship Commander Lenglis's very own. I pull over the broken bridge, helpless to stop what comes next. Of course it was impossible for us to outpace him. Still, I hoped, naively, that the commander might have shown restraint, if not respect, for the history of the place. Amid the smoking rubble, I find no trace of that peculiar light. It's not over yet. There might still be a way. Ismay? She says nothing, as though the very will to speak has left her. Ismay, let's not give up here. Can she even hear me? Perhaps the far-off hope of returning to the Sovereignty's Hall was the only thing sustaining her. Perhaps the call of rest has swayed her weary soul. Either way, her time is drawing to an end.
He sure is an American cop. Yeah, if shooting doesn't work, bomb it. Blow it up. Use explosives.
I take the notebook from my pocket. Countless hours spent lingering over one particular flower have formed a slight gap into the pages. These days, I can't find it without looking. There was a part of me that thought like Alma, that you just wake up by some twist of fate even without a miracle cure. That was why I took this long, so that I could be with you as long as you opened your eyes, cry with you no matter how far from home I was. But that won't just happen, will it? So, let matter yield to memory. Let the Sovereignty's guardian hear my voice, and its hall meet where I stand. Let distance be no obstacle, if only for a moment. And please, let it be enough.
Check out the glossary? Okay. Let's go over cast first, because it's been a while.
The florist, just an old superstition, but it can't hurt. Owner of the Messenger, an unassuming flower shop favored by an eccentric clientele, Mr. Ard has garnered a reputation for his talent to convey emotion through floral arrangements with uncanny accuracy. The Illusionist. You want to know who all of this is for? Me. A ruthless schemer. Schemer determined to find the Sovereignty at any cost. She works artisanary with incredible ease, seemingly able to fashion anything in seconds, including her flashy attire. Alma, the innkeeper. I don't think that's changed. Leah, the dreamer.
Does this mean skipping 2 weeks into the future?
Loic's only daughter, a clever and spirited girl. Though she greatly admires her father and helps out in his shop from time to time, she aspires to become a famous writer someday. Theodore Langlius, the hunter.
Let's skip the pleasantries. I've wasted enough time in this pit as it is.
A commander of the Inner Shield, Theodore prides himself on having achieved his prestigious rank at such a young age through his hard work, and while his skill at artisanary deserves some credit, he would likely be stationed at Tarn as the Outer Shield patrolman, if not for his family's considerable wealth. He seems to know and despise Ismay personally.
Got it.
Sunrose. Tannum, the divine aspect of truth, a flowering shrub with succulent leaves and deep magenta flowers. Due to the sunrose's low tolerance for cold, ancient horticulturists embodied magic to help it thrive in the harsh winter of Axend. From the readings of Kesserat. Where you walk, sight a fan. Let truth not hide. It would be reasonable to assume that the sun rose also represents the virtue of truth itself, but divorced from its religious context, it has no power at all. Some take this as undeniable proof of the existence of the aspects, but I think the reality is a bit more complicated than that.
Try the arrows? Okay, I'll go back to it.
Dawn's eye white, light breaking through darkness after a storm. Sometimes written Dawn's eye, an annual herb with brilliant white flowers. The ringing of blue ray florets as at its center is its most eye-catching feature. From the readings of Kesserat, her gilded hands tear down the veil and end at the last of my wording. Loic's commentary. An urban legend claims that the Dawn's eye radiates faint light in total darkness, though only when a single person is near to see it. Most consider this nonsense, but I've heard from a few who swear by it. I think it's fascinating. A flash of perception, perhaps proof of the latent portrayal for flower reading that all of us possess. Cloud Sage. Return to a place remembered. A perennial herb native to the plains south of Arrakest. In the summer months, its fragrant flowers attract a wide variety of pollinators. From the readings of Kesserat, matter yield to the memory, that two may dwell as one. Loic's commentary. Memory is a powerful thing. In many ways, we are what we remember. Though this particular lens, we are where we remember, and our memory serves as a more literal touchstone. When the mosaic first rose, the cloud sage was not among the species preserved within its walls. By some miracle, it survived anyway, becoming a symbol of homecoming to those brought unwilling under the builder's wing.
Okay. Let's go to the cast. I see. So they've changed now. I can see the previous ones. The Runaway. I'm guessing there's someone you want to save no matter what. Well, I have that too. A treasure hunter after the sovereignty, the legendary power to reshape all of creation to one's desires. Perhaps she's not suffering from a serious affliction after all, but a shadow still seems to loom over her heart. At least she can say shit now. That's a good one. Okay. Everyone else is the same. All right. Interesting, interesting. So, Ismay has like 3 different stuff now. I wonder if we'll get another.
I silence my desperation, my desperate heart and focus. By even one visit to the sovereignty's realm, memory tethers it to me. It's a faint connection, a spider's thread catching sunlight, but just enough to follow. It leads far above the mountain, higher and higher until stars fill my vision. Amid these, a single speck of familiar light. With a gentle pull on the thread, I beckon it nearer. Matter yields, shifting to allow the entity of a distant place. Smooth, glossy stone nestles into the snow-drenched earth. Light without dawn showers the trees. Howling winds grow mild, tamed by an unseen presence. I ready myself to face the guardian spirit as I remember it, ablaze in anger, its feathers stained with blood. Instead, as its figure begins to rise before me, all is still.
Very vibrant writing. Yeah, very. Very good descriptions.
Ismay's corpse lies not on the floor as I expect, but cradled in the arms of the voice itself. The creature hangs its head placidly, as if lost in thought. Upon noticing my half-there presence, its mouth opens in surprise. You have returned by Fayam's gift. Voice of sovereignty. I come as Ismay's witness. Give me the word and I will pray. Why? Her time has nearly expired. You may yet retreat from this place and be free. But I won't. Please, give me the words. She has deceived you. injured you. She has brought nothing but misfortune upon you. Understand that in doing this, you surrender to her will until the end of this world. I wonder how much you know about me, or about the circumstances that led me here. Perhaps more than I do. Even so, let me explain myself. About a year ago, my daughter fell ill. Her affliction has no cure. I left home in search of a miracle, which I have yet to find. Her smile is all I have, and now I must reckon with the possibility of never seeing it again. I don't know what to do with myself. I've tried to be a helpful hand in Tarn, but Alma's right. It's a bandage, even over my grief. I think this is no different. Even if my daughter can't be saved, even if the glimmer of hope I've been chasing is a fantasy, right now, I beg you, let me at least have the comfort of saving someone. Even her. Whoever Ismay was before we crossed paths, I have no idea, but nothing she did to me, however wrong, was deserving of death. And what a horrible way to die. The sovereignty is the power to remake your world. Consider the world she will make. Can it be so much worse than this one? An uneasy silence stretches on. Man's will is divine. Man's judgment is divine. Witness, speak the words. Restless soul by sovereignty marked, to you I offer willing hand to toil, a willing heart to bear your name, a willing voice to praise, willing eyes to witness the end. To avert the death of the world, the builder raised a great tower, a new home for all humanity. But the true death of the world had not yet been born. She had not yet reared up over the mountains, crowned in the glory of dawn. Her gaze had not yet pierced the hearts of the shield and sown fear in their depths.
Oh my gosh. Toby Fox, let me listen to your music for a second. Oh my god. What a good soundtrack. Also, Clown Wife! Clown Wife! Clown God Wife! Oh, you're so right. Look at those hands over the boobs. What is this? Hands and eyes. My eyes are in fact there. Ismay, I guess you caught me. Shit, man! Oh my god! Oh my god. What commentary do I make on this? What commentary do I make on this? Look at that one hand just like holding the cards. Oh my god, she's so cool! This combined with Toby Fox's music too. I got like, it's tasteful, it's iconic, it's whimsical, and it's practical. It's so good. It's so good. I also love the hands underneath too, and they're forming like a hole there. That's so cool. Oh my god. Oh my god. So for a bit, one of my favorite visual novels of all time. One of these, one day I'd love to do on this channel, but it's going to take like a whole, like 3 years to read it, is Umineko. I love that story so much. It's one of my favorite pieces ever written. I got such flashbacks for a second. Just that whole rise up, that whole like cinematography. I got such like, it reminded me so much of that. I like teared up there for a second. That was so good. Alright, I'm gonna continue on. I'm gonna keep going.
Oh? Don't look so shocked. Didn't you come all the way to smoke me out?
This is the shield! Dispel the construct at once and...
I know exactly who you are, Theodore, but I guess you're still confused about what I am. I am a god marked by the sovereignty. I am light and hunger. I will devour this world. But there might be a place for you in mine. We both know how good you are at licking boots, Commander. I feel like giving these a taste.
Open fire! Hear me! Fire now!
At Linguist's command, a burst of cannon fire rings out, but the assault falls like snow, soft then still, emptied of purpose at the unseen touch of divine.
Umineko is what I had in mind when I recommended this to you. You're right! Beto coded! You are correct. I knew I'd waifu this for... I knew I waifu'd her for a reason. Can't get that sentence out, apparently. Oh my god.
A gentle lift of her head sends the onslaught soaring back. God, help me. What have I unleashed?
Heavy damage, sir! Your orders! Fall back. I'm not dying for this. Did you not hear me? Fall back! I can't, sir! The controls won't respond! Oh my god.
Delicious. How delicious is this? The mosaic's finest, scrambling like roaches. Langlius is trying to look unbothered, barking at whoever closest, as if they can help him escape. But this is my domain, a promise of the sovereignty to come. A single thought is all it takes to hold him in the palm of my hand. Not even enough firepower to destroy your shitty little ship, Theodore. What did you think it was going to do to me? He says nothing, but I can hear the stream of curses sloshing around in his skull. Maybe death is what you deserve. But I want you to tell your bosses what's coming. I want them to hear it straight from your lips. Now go. The ship shudders and obeys, traveling off into the builder's waiting hands. Exalted. A voice calls from above. Return in glory to my hall. And I can see it, just beyond the parted clouds, the place where the sovereignty dwells. So that's where it is. As I am now, the heavens are well within my reach. Loic. I sense his blood run cold. My faithful minion, we've received an invitation. Shall we go? After a moment, he cloaks his fear in a smile. Cloaks his fear in a smile. I can't read words right today. As you wish. When I first set foot in this place, it was enormous, bright, overwhelming. Now, the voice of the sovereignty itself seems so small, like a caged bird. Seekers of the sovereignty, exalted and witness be praised. You have overcome the first trial. The first? This world cries out for a worthy sovereign. You have not yet realized the fullness of your vision, nor manifested it by your works. The taste of godhood is momentary. Until you overcome the remaining trials, you must continue to walk the earth as a human. What? Worry not. You shall draw power from the faith of those who pledge devotion to you. This witness, too, is your strength. So long as he lives, you remain immortal. Now, a second trial awaits in the realm of Ericist. Go in triumph, exalted.
Wait, no!
I always figured that if I ever tried to go to heaven, I'd get thrown out. In this way, this is poetic, which doesn't make me feel any better. My borrowed godhood unravels around me, leaving me completely bare. I don't even have the will for magic, let alone the strength. I can only close my eyes and sink. Small, pathetic, and exhausted enough to die a second time. I wake in a patch of grass. No snow in sight. This must be it, right? The afterlife? But no. When I look down, I find that strange scar branching out across my chest, still glowing. My bare chest. I guess it makes sense that my glamour fell when I died. A cream-colored coat lies draped over the rest of me. This is why I'd usually get myself in order. A new costume, a painted face. But thinking about spending any effort on magic right now makes me want to go right back to sleep. Who cares? Good morning. Oh. He sits with his back to me while I slip my arms through the sleeves of the coat. I can't make myself a new one. I've never had the knack of artisanry that you seem to. But keep it as long as you like. I'm in no position to ask anything of you now. Where are we? Who knows? If I had to guess, I'd like the sovereignty flung us a bit further south of home than Tarn, which was considerate since we're most likely being expected there. He pats the ground. Why don't you come and sit down, Ismay? We've had a long night. Why? Why? If you're asking why I revived you, I had a little conversation with the voice about that. I'm relieved you missed it, honestly. I doubt you'd like to sit through all that sentimental nonsense. Give me the short version! I wasn't prepared to watch someone die. I saved you because I wanted you to live. I have a chance to seize your dream, however selfish. That's all. But if I can disappoint you a bit further, I don't believe that everything you told me on the way to the temple was a lie. About the person you wanted to save with the sovereignty, I mean, even if it was yourself. Then you're an idiot. That's something I can live with. I've already told you what I want. If you don't believe me, that's on you. And from now on until the day I remake this world, you serve me. Don't expect to be petty just because you tricked yourself into it. But if you make yourself useful, I don't see the harm in keeping an eye out for your sick kid flower along the way. I'm very kind. How shall I make myself useful then? Don't ask me that yet. I just want to sit here for a while. Then that's what we'll do. In the beginning, you looked to the horizon and foresaw the death of the world. To preserve life, you raised the Great Tower, this new home of all humanity, our mosaic. From the farthest reaches, you gathered every soul together into your embrace. But now, your children are lost. They've forgotten your grace and your love. They've forgotten themselves. Seduced by the devil's voice, they wander in darkness, blind to your perfect vision. I ask now that you let them see. Let them behold you and your glory as I have. Return to us. Oh, it's moving. Architect of our refuge, Lord of Peace. merciful builder.
No! Not to be continued. No! Don't end. No, I don't want it to end. I don't want it to end. No! Okay. Alright, that's the end. To be continued, yeah. Just watch me cry for a while. That was really good. That was so good. Honestly, I highly recommend anyone to play this game for themselves. Even if you just like listen to my commentary, support the creator of this game. Go and support them. They did such a good job on this. This was incredible. The music was amazing. Cinematography was amazing. Characters were fantastic. That was incredible. 10 out of 10. I can't wait for the next part. I can't wait for it. I'm going to check out this author's other work. They've made some, I believe, Cucumber Quest is what it's called. They've made some other works. Check them out. I'm going to check them out. This was so good. I want the next part to be out. I want to read through it now. What do you mean I have to wait for this? Oh my god, when the writing is so good that you're just like, please release it. Oh my god. All right, guys, I left the link to the itch page, to Itch.io, in the description. Check it out. Leave a review if you can. Tell them how good their work is. They deserve it. This was incredible. I don't have much. I'm blown away. I don't have much else to say. This was, I'm a broken record. This was great. All right. With that being said, that's the end of the stream. That's all. That's all, folks. Hold on. I lost my tablet pin again. Yeah, that's it. Wow. Well done. Like, really well done. All right. Thank you so much, Angie. Why am I being thanked? All I did was make silly voices and read the novel. They did all the work. ggdg did all the work here with Toby Fox. Amazing work, and all other credits to this. Incredible. I can't wait to see where this goes. Good reading. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah. I guess we'll be back here again when the next part comes out. Oh man, I can't believe I have to wait for this. So good. All right, on that note, we will end the stream here. Like and subscribe, please, if you liked this video and enjoy my content. We do book club every Monday, so there's more visual novels to read. I will keep reading them. And Nice Beard, thank you, thank you. Thanks Space for that one. Space did a great job on it. Yeah. I'm losing what I'm going to say already. What was my outro? What's all of it? Who am I again? I'm a fish. I have short-term memory. Anyways. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, love you lots, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!